American Pit Bull Terrier Society, American Pit Bull Terrier groups, American Pit Bull Terriers communities, American Pit Bull Terrier success is all correlated. This message is for the people that are very smart and have an IQ that is higher than 65, 67. Someone that is smart, that is successful in life, and that you might be thinking, what's going on with the American Pit Bull Terrier? How it got destroyed? And we're going to take it to the swamp of the swamps, because all these fake pit bulls, blues, muds, all this stuff came from the beginning where the dogs actually came from the real American Pit Bull Terrier, the game dogs, the real dogs that came over from the 70s, even from before, obviously, but I talk about the 70s with the golden era. And so I want you to know, I was in a car back in 1998, maybe, in North Carolina, and I got it. It was like a Suburban, and someone got in the car and says, hey, he was talking about he getting out of the dogs and blah whatever, and he looks like a smart guy, a white guy, and I asked him, I said, how come you getting out of the dog, sir? And he says, well, the dogs got babesia, and you're going into people that had babesiosis. At the time, people didn't have a whole understanding of babesiosis, and they were putting their dogs down. So that had him in shock, in negative shock. He says, I will fight against babesia, but I cannot fight against the scumbags, the lowlifes that are coming into the dogs. That was not the first time I heard that. I heard it many times spontaneously up in the Bronx. The new people coming into the breed that has the good middle class men, the founders of the breed, the people that are not criminals, that don't glorify criminals, that don't make songs about crime, the people that are good people, that are blue collar, that getting out of the dogs. They got out of the dogs because of those are the new people coming into the swamp, into the dogs. They call it the game. They used to call it the game. But with time, it transformed the swamp. The more swampers, low-level quality people got in it, the worse it became. In 2024, what is the swamp? The swamp is a culture, and a culture that practice things that are negative to the breed. Let me explain to you that there is a society today of people that in any venue, in any ramification of society, they will entertain a conversation for 10, 12 hours, as long as they can have an opinion, or they enjoy to have an opinion. They love to be the accuser. They love to be the judge. They love to be the opinion giver. They adore to be the opinion giver. They want to give what they call their 2 cents. They want to have an argument, a debate, a conversation about something where they're not successful. They're not the players. They're not important, but they want to have an opinion. So we live in a society where people are starting to think that someone that has an opinion is a player. That someone that has some sort of a group of a community of people that talk shit about whatever, whether it's basketball, whether it's any, because they love sports. And so they'll talk about Michael Jordan being garbage and about some other player being better. And they talk so hard against the winners. And the reason why they do that is because they suffer from a complex of where they want to be at the top, but they're not at the top. They love to talk about how can they, their voice could be important, how their opinion is important, and that the truth is within the understanding and their arguments over something. So they could be every single night, every single day, in the chats, conversation, blah, 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 on the forums, talking shit, not going forward into the purpose of the matter. In other words, if you're talking about American Pit Bull Terriers, they're not becoming great. Misery loves company, and thugs love company. They gather together in the corner. And, you got the fellow right here that is a crackhead. You got the fellow that is a drug dealer. You got the other guy is a rapist. You got the other guy is a murderer. You got the other guy is a criminal. They love this. And that group of people have attached themselves at one point into the American Pit Bull Terrier breed to destroy it, to diminish it, to make it garbage. Their cousin, what's his name? Michael Vick came heavy into that and destroy the breed, destroy the dogs. And so they will always be in the middle of some destruction. They're always the victim of something. Someone didn't talk about this, but you're going to see that it's always the same type of group of people on every argument, on every place, and every steps. And I was just talking to a good friend of mine. He's African American, American to be honest with you, because he really is an American. But since you guys know them as African Americans, I will call them African American. I don't think the African Americans should be anything that should go. They are Americans, okay? And so, but this man, he's an attorney, high level attorney, and he loved the breed. Has like about four or five of my dogs, and he's a class person, honest, the good man, and this man. He calls me, and we're talking on a FaceTime, and he's wearing a suit and tie, and he looks sharp, has a sharp haircut, sharp everything, and he talks with education and everything. This man is one of those men that are the good men. The other day I do a FaceTime call with my friend. He's Caucasian, and he's dressed with a suit and tie, and there's a few good men that are not participating in the swamp. They're not participating where all the scumbags have 7, 8, 9, 10 hours to talk about BS. They don't have no job. They don't have no life. These are men that are important to society, to American society, and they are elite level human beings, winners at whatever they do. Only a loser will have enough time to talk shit, because if you look at if you Google the name Party Line Talk Shit, if you just put the Google Party Line Talk Shit, you will find a video about the Party Line video about you want to talk some shit. You want to do some shit. Yeah, we got this type of guy this and this type of guy that. That community, that mentality is real. That mentality does actually exist. And in the dogs is the cancer of the breed. They promote themselves as dogmen, but they are shitty dog owners. They confuse maintenance with greatness. They confuse knowing some gossiping about some dogs and some shit, as they call it. Yeah, you know, some shit. Yeah, those guys. That's part of the swamp. And only losers love the swamp. And the reason why I make this video here is because there's good men, young men, African American, Mexican American, Italian American, Latino American, European American, whatever you want to call American, good people that come from good background. They were inspired or mentored by winners. They are attracted to the American Pit Bull Terrier because they know that in the past the American Pit Bull Terrier means winning, because the core of the American Pit Bull Terrier is competition. Therefore, the two major words in the American Pit Bull Terrier, which I will call it just pit bull, and the other one dogman, are not just given words to anything. They actually earned. You have to earn the title of being a real pit bull, because you came from some places, because a great man is behind you, and a great man created you. You became a pit bull. You cannot be born from the swamp. You cannot be born from the scumbags. You cannot be born. You can have a fighting dog that's born from the scumbags, but that doesn't mean you are the elite level part of the breed. And the word dogman is not a self-titled word. It's an earned word of a man that become a title for a man that has a powerful influence in the real breed by real merits, elite merits. Not by talking shit. That's not a man, that's not a dogman. That's just some scumbag making money via super shots on YouTube by getting money by being on time. You look at the losers that are on those forums with dogs, are the same losers that are on the next forum and on the next forum. They are like títeres, like payasos, like bozos. They go from one place to another. They're retired. They don't have time. You know, I mean, they have time to waste. They don't have time for greatness. And so why do I make this video? You might notice that the level of hate against Chico Lopez and some of the hate that will be made out of this is because I'm stirring the pot. I'm mixing it. I'm stirring the shed. So the flies will run to the shed, but then the eagles will see who is Chico Lopez, will make a decision. They're always going to be the voice of the dummies, the 65, 69 IQ. They always be that. Is the biggest amount of people are the stupid people. The smallest crowd of people are the good and great people. That's why there's something in the Bible, Matthew 22:14, that says, because there were many called, yet few are chosen. That is exactly in the Bible. That is exactly the principles of selection. When you are selecting to create the best dogs, you will have to reject the bad dogs, the mediocre dogs, the common dogs. And when it comes for dog people, you will have to reject all the swampers, all the dummies, all the lowlifes, all the ones that rather be in a community stupid rather than be owning a great dog. They cannot walk a great dog by themselves. They have the curiosity to know what is being said by the swampers. And the reason is because they do have some swamper blood DNA in them. And so instead of watching videos from the swamp, I get a little bit of information, and then I come back and I make something for the good people that they can take this and understand, and they can make their own mind and say, we are going to balance between this Chico Lopez and the 20,000 swampers and see who is great. You ask them, what are your dogs of the year, your global grand champions, your marriage, your travels around the world, the records you set, all the things you did for the breed, all the things that you did to elevate the dogs, you go there. This is the real matter to create greatness in the dog. You become fundamental and admire because of your merits, not because it's a popularity contest among the swampers. But don't worry about it. This is good for you even if you don't have dogs, because you'll find all kinds of swamp in every kind of place. And they'll tell you Chico is a snitch, Chico is fake, his dogs are fake, he's a peddler, he's a snitch, he's a racist, everything they will tell you. But they still watching these videos right here. They're still talking about Chico Lopez because Chico Lopez is the best. And the bottom feeders are always talking about the best. The reason why I talk about the poo-poo is because in life you need to navigate. And I don't want you to step on poo-poo and forever have poo-poo in your feet or in your mind. I want you to walk, analyze everything, and winners pick the winners, and losers pick the losers thinking they are winners. My name is Chico Lopez, ChicoLopez.com, 123pitbulls.com, TheRealPitbull.com. This is me, the real deal, your GOAT of American Pit Bull Terriers. You just learned from Chico Lopez. God bless you.